It's not like in a bad way, but they do have a very strong love for the country here. So they look at me, when I speak so fluently, they don't look at me as a foreigner. Like I'm just sort of like one of them, and that's kind of flattering. That's part of my past life energy here. So so then the final piece is to remind them that, hey, this is not just. They'll even say subconsciously, it's like a Freudian slip. They'll say, well, how does this relate to, in terms of Earth or humanity? How does this? In terms of Japan, how do they, they'll say Japan instead of humanity or the Earth. So you have to remind them that this is a global thing. So it's like, finally connecting the whole Earth together as a one human consciousness is something I have to sometimes remind them. But yeah, that's really changed over the recent years. Yeah. Eventually was guided. My first actual contact experience was at Mount Adams, and at the East Eddy Ranch. So that was very amazing. It just so happened to be, I was in the Pacific Northwest at a friend's wedding in Portland, Oregon. And then I was guided to go out there, and it was just a couple of volunteer staff and myself, and in a period of just like 3 or 4 hours, I had a really amazing life-turning experience. So that was really one of where the kind of power switch was put on from reading and just information to the actual experience. And then when I came, that was the night before I flew back to Japan from the U.S. trip. So I immediately brought that back to Japan, and within a few months, the excitement of that started to slowly fade away into everyday life, but then the ships began to appear in the skies of Tokyo, like even in broad daylight. I was getting like major flashes, and they seemed to be saying like, remember that feeling of being so high and excited, from this spiritualism, from this cosmic consciousness. I know we all have busy lives, but it's amazing to the material is such a great portal and doorway, and it leads to so many different amazing other connections. So people shouldn't feel restricted by it. Any of the films or any of the books are, they're just they have so many doorways to take in your own unique direction. So it's I'm looking forward to the new generation of ambassadors out there in every country.